sorry. I thought I was alone. It's nothing, only the sea air getting into my eyes. You shouldn't stay. The sea has a strange way of keeping you, if you're not careful. I've submitted to it. I come here so often. These stones have come to know the touch of my skin better than any living creature. Though the sea is alive, if you're willing to believe it. It never sleeps, ne'er grows weary. It's a constant, and that's why I like to come here whenever life feels a little too overwhelming. If you close your eyes and listen, you can let the waves drown out your sorrows and wash from your heart whatever it is you've been keeping there. And they never judge the waves, unlike the people we call our kin. And they never bring back up what they've once taken from you. Because the sea is kind like that. It knows we're small creatures and can't carry much, so it won't give us more than we can bear. Or maybe you're not frail like that, but I am. And so I come here. I'd ask what brought you here, but I think I can guess. You've a heart like mine. So, what now? Are you expecting me to pour my heart out and tell you my story? I'll humor you. My problem is that I never belong anywhere except on these gold stones. That I'm always different. Always a little too much or not quite enough. But never so clearly you'd see it at a distance. No, only so that I'm always waiting for people to notice it and desert me. And they always do, eventually. Something inevitably outs me as not quite like the others. And I find myself alone on this shore again. But you know what that's like, don't you? You felt it too. I've tried to belong, but failure only brings with it the agony of confirmation. I've come to accept that loneliness is a part of life. That some people are meant to be alone, and that's all there is to it. It's a matter of acceptance that some hearts are meant to remain broken, or worse, empty. I guess you're one of those too, since the waves brought you here as well. You're a kind soul. I may not have known much kindness in this life, but I can still tell. I can see it in you. It feels like I would have always known you, though we've only just met. And that is how you know. You know you are safe with someone when your heart feels like it has always known theirs. The moon is so beautiful here. Where I'm from, you can hardly see it. It's hazy, blurry. But here it's so bright and clear. There's light in the world for once, and color now that you're here. How do you do it? How do you bring life into the world with your mere presence? What makes you so magical? Out of all the people that have passed me by, you are the first one to stop to listen. I don't feel so alone for once with someone here beside me. All I ever needed, all I ever asked for, was just one person, never more. Because isn't it enough to belong with one person? To be enough for just one person? The sea never demands anything from us, and neither do I from you. Because you're enough, as you are here and now. With all the flaws you think you have, you are enough. Let the waves wash away all your objections to that. You are enough for me. And is one person not plenty? If I could be enough for you too, then I would have everything I need. But I hope you will never return to this shore once you walk away from it, for you deserve better. You deserve all the good things in the world. I used to think I would not flee if the waves were to rise to meet me here, but now I'm not so sure. Now I feel like I might be fine even if you were to leave me here, because I would always know that you walk this earth. And that means I am not so alone, even if I cannot see you. I need not my eyes to see what my heart already knows. So if I could take from you the darkness that brought you here and add it to my own, even if it were to bind me to this shore forever, I would do it. I will never escape it, but you might. Leave your worries here and walk free. And never look back, for any doubt in your heart will always drag you back here. Do you know what it is like to hope for and fear the same thing at once? Yet you aren't leaving. If I'm enough for you too, then why not stay? Let the waves keep us here together. Stay. Stay with me. As long as you like. As close as you like. You and I share a heart. You feel it too, don't you? Hasn't your heart always ached for something just beyond your reach? Like there's a place where you belong, but you simply cannot find it. Someone you belong with, but they are never found. For me, it is you, and the place is this. It has always been you my heart has been calling out to. Is it not the same for you? So, why leave? Why go back to where you never belonged when you can stay here with me? Let me be your world like you are mine. You are all I need. I have been brought to this shore over and over again, just so I could be here for you to find me. I see it now. That was the will of the waves all along. I regret not trusting them all these years. I should have followed without question. They knew better. And it was all worth it to find you in the end. All the sadness, all the sorrow. I would go through it again just to find you here. I thought I was lost, but I was only making my way to you. And here we are now, together. So won't you let me keep you? Be with me. Stay as mine. I would never leave you. I could never be untrue to you, for you have been my truth all along. There is nothing else for me, no one else but you. I feel your pain as my own, and I will never leave you alone with it again. So come, let me love you. Stay with me forever and never let our hearts be halves again. Be mine as I am yours. You are all I want. You are all I need. Has your heart not been telling you the same? So come to me. I am here. You need not be lost any longer. You have come home. That's right. Let me love you. Let me keep you forever. The world that knew you is gone. They did not love you when you gave them the chance. Now grant it to me, and you will never be alone again. I will love you for all eternity like no one else can. Look only to me, pulse of my heart. I am all you need. Beyond me there is nothing. You are my only one. And we come up to the surface and breathe. Don't worry, the mermaid didn't get you. She's a selkie, actually, but that doesn't help. I'm still sorry for drowning you, although I did try to warn you, but let's chatter a bit to feel better. So the figure in this scene is a selkie, which is a figure in Irish myths. They are seal people, but they are very much like mermaids. They live in the sea, but when they come on ground, they can retain their seal skin as a cloth, like a skin, you know, leather. And then so long as they have this seal skin, they can go back to the sea and live as seals, I suppose. But there are many myths where the selkie has come to live on ground among people, and they might build a new life there. But if they mix with people, their kids, their half human, half selkie kids, will have webbing between their fingers and other such markers that make them seem different. So in the myths, the selkie is typically driven back to the sea. Because being different is bad, I guess. That's not a good lesson. Don't learn that lesson. Also, don't listen to too much of what she's saying. Do listen to the part where she says you're enough, but otherwise she's just trying to manipulate you. If you find yourself being the hero and savior of someone you've only just met, maybe you should run. That is emotional manipulation, and you should not let anyone do that to you. Am I lecturing you? I might be lecturing you, but that's only because I care and I feel bad. But I wanted to do this character because I once wrote a short story based on the selkie myth, and I meant to read you the story as a bedtime story, but it's not a very good story. It's the only short story I've ever written, and I'm not good at that. I prefer to use a lot of words, as you can tell. Yeah, I don't shut up even on paper. In the Archer video, I mentioned that I had to cut off some things that I wanted to mention in the outro, and I kept the list of what I wanted to say, but I must have been slightly losing my mind because the first item on the list is to ask you if your cabbage survives in the fridge for more than 2 days. I remember being very distressed about this cabbage situation. I had just bought a cabbage, either half or quarter, probably half, and I don't eat half a cabbage in one go, so I had eaten some of it and put it in the fridge, and it went bad in 2 days. 2 days, that's not, how am I supposed to eat half a cabbage in 2 days? So I bought another cabbage, and that also went bad in 2 days, but they were both from the same store, so it might have just been that the store doesn't know how to store their cabbage, because since then, okay, first of all, since then, I edited the princess video, and while I was doing that, I bought cabbage, and then I noticed that I just don't notice when time passes when I'm editing. Like, I thought that again my cabbage went bad in like a couple of days, but in all honesty it had been a week. I was just editing so much. I don't know. I didn't know this about myself. I don't get it. It doesn't happen with anything else. Like, it doesn't even happen with my main craft of writing. Absolute insanity. So with this video, I tried to do a bit more of a healthy schedule where I took a break for a whole week, and then I procrastinated really hard. So that's why this is late. Anyway, we're 600 people now. That's a bit scary. I wanted to celebrate when we hit 500, but we've already hit 600. That's so many people. That is crazy. Thank you for being here. I am really glad and grateful that you take the time to listen to these videos. I hope they bring you some joy or calmness, or maybe both. I hope they bring you both. If you ever feel like you want to talk, feel free to chatter with me in the comments, because I love that. I am here for you and not for the numbers. Don't tell the algorithm. I love that we can interact and bond over something that matters so much to me, these creations. If you don't want to talk, don't worry about it. That's fine. You do you. I am grateful that you take the time to listen. Only 10% of the people who click onto the video stay for the outros. 10%, that's not a lot. So it's a very selective gang, okay? We're very exclusive here. So if you are here for the outros, otherwise too, but you're here for the outro, so you especially. If you want to talk, I'm here for you, and I want to talk too, clearly. I mean, do I ever stop? Anyway, that's enough nonsense, don't you think? That's a lot of nonsense already. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your time and attention. I'm gonna release you once again, but I hope you'll swim back to me, my little fishy. I guess I am the fish, except a seal. Okay, we're getting really off track again. You have no idea how long these outros are until I cut off all the nonsense. Oh my goodness, it never stops. Anyway, thank you for being here. I hope to see you again. Until then, be well and take care.